What if I told you that you can use ancient techniques to build a modern home? Well, today I take you to the town of Asebu in Ghana's central region, where the diaspora are building homes on the land given to them by the paramount chief. Most are building the conventional way, but Rammteck and D1 Consulting have partnered to develop homes using rammed earth, a more sustainable way of building using ancient techniques. This is the last of my 3-part series in Asebu. My name is Ivy Prosper, telling stories from Africa and the African diaspora. Today, you are going to find out about rammed earth. So many people are looking for real estate in Ghana. The building techniques here have a tendency to use cement, which makes the homes extremely hot. The heat here can be unbearable. Imagine building your home in a way that it is cool inside. The technology people are using, rammed earth, kind of is a bridge from old technology, the mud houses. Those homes are cool. This is a blend of modern architecture using traditional practices. And we're going to find out a little bit more here in Asebu, in the central region of Ghana, about how they're using rammed earth as a technique to build new homes right here in Ghana. I'm going to talk to some people here today, and I'm also going to talk to the chief of Asebu. So stay tuned to this episode. You do not want to miss this one. Watch the whole video to the end, or you're going to miss out. The town of Asebu is located 16 kilometers from Cape Coast in Ghana's central region. Since 2019, when the chief offered land for the diaspora, many have come and secured land to build their dream home. There are 5,000 acres of land being shaped into the Asebu Pan-African Village. Rammteck is a South African company that has partnered with Dawn Dickson, who moved from the US to Ghana 3 years ago. Passionate about building using rammed earth, she and her partners are working on a few homes in the area. I wanted to show you exactly what they are doing. I spoke to the paramount chief of Asebu before heading down to the site. He had positive things to say about the project. So there's a new project happening in Asebu that relatively new, that is using a new technology to build sustainable. It's the rammed earth technology.
Yes.
Have you seen anything like that before being done? And how do you feel about that happening in Asebu?
Yes. So that's a new technology. I think was brought in from South Africa. But I think that's good, so that our people will also learn. And before they came in, I understand they recruited some people around Asebu to train them as to how to use the material, how to build with it. That's a good idea, and that's exactly part of the idea of bringing the project here, so that people will come with ideas, and people will learn. Then they will have employment and so on. So I think that's a good thing. And building with cement alone is quite expensive and all that. So if there's anything that we can do to bring down the cost of building a house, then that's good. So
it also, from what I hear, it also gives a cooler feeling in the home.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, rather than the cement that tends to hold the heat in. Especially in Ghana, it's hot.
It's hot. Yes, it's hot. It's hot, and I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. After visiting the chief, I went to visit one of the projects being worked on right now by D1 Consulting and Rammteck.
This is actually the team on-site building. This is D1 Consulting Rammteck staff. And this is the Caldwell family's pool house and guest house. Their main house will get built up there. They have 2 plots. So obviously this is their fence wall. We're building a pool for them. Right now just putting in the finishes. We have to still cover the walls on the top, so we still have work to do. Let me see where I can take you in where they're not. So when we talk about luxury, you say, what's luxury?
Yes.
This is where the luxury comes.
Yes.
The finish, when we're getting finished.
So you see the finishing here.
So we haven't even finished even ceiling, but you see some of our wall details. We're going to paint this, obviously.
Interesting.
They wanted their wall, so we're gonna still do some more finish, but they wanted their wall like this, so they have the choice. They were like, we want the more rustic, but you can see it's not peeling or breaking, it's stabilized. So once they like wash it well, and then they'll put a coat of sealant on it.
Then it'll be smooth.
Yes.
That's great.
So you can even look, so this is their bedroom. This is their bathroom. So you see we've been a built-in where they have a place for their shower, to put their items. So this is their bathroom. Closet, walk-in closet. This will be a staircase. This staircase will be built here that will access the rooftop deck. So that's what they're building, the rooftop deck.
Okay.
Then this is their kitchen. As you can see, we already have put the plumbing in. We have already put the electrical in, and they're just doing the finishing. I'm not gonna walk over the cement, but there's the guest washroom. This is all glass here. And then this is their guest house. Okay. So we have done the artwork on the walls. You know, it's a surprise to them.
This is great.
See the archways, and so this is
nice.
where we have to then show the luxury side of things.
Okay.
But you see, when we ram, and we put everything into the walls when we ram, it's already done.
Okay, great. After taking a look at one of the homes being built, I wanted to speak to one of the partners from Rammteck. So you're one of the team for Rammteck.
I am.
Came from South Africa.
I am.
So you've been doing this in South Africa a number of years.
So Rammteck is 16 years in South Africa altogether. I haven't been with Michael the whole time, so I'm actually Mike's older brother.
Okay.
I had my own construction business there, and then he asked me to come join him here to do some project management with him. So I think it's helped a little. We've managed to pick up the pace a bit.
That's good.
Kind of thing, yeah.
That's good.
So
That's
it
good.
has, I think it's helped him. It has improved. And we brought in some new things. We were battling to find blocks to do retaining walls and that kind of thing. So we came up with a concept mold that we're getting to make like up to 30 blocks a day using a single mold, which is working for us at this point. So at the end of most of these projects, we're going to have to do retaining walls. So there's a property up here, needs a retaining wall of 60 meters along here.
Okay.
In front of these two properties, there's one of 80 meters that goes across that way. We can walk down and have a look at it just now. So we've got guys, that's their job now. They're just building retaining wall blocks, so that's part of the thing. So that's like just one of the extras we're adding. All the cement blocks that we use in these buildings, we're actually building on site as well. We've got a mold for them.
Okay.
So we're making our own blocks as well. That's over and above the rammed earth. So the real job, Rammteck's ultimate job, I would say, is the rammed earth walls. Okay, you can see these walls here are like really majestic. They're 500, half a meter thick, so 500 millimeter thick. And obviously the sustainability of rammed earth is what it's all about. So these homeowners, once they're in these houses, they will have a house that probably sits around 22, 23 degrees all day long due to the thermal properties that these walls have. So what it is it takes them probably about 24 hours to warm up.
Okay.
But obviously in that cycle, you've got the cool down period of the evening, and they cool down again, which would makes them stay at a certain temperature all the time. So once you've got the temperature set, which you could use an aircon to do or whatever to cool the wall from the inside, it'll stay at that temperature without using that continuous electricity. Okay, so there's still a couple of rammed earth walls to come in here. So it'll have a whole rammed earth surround, let's call it that way. And you'll see all the cement walls. We don't build like normally in Ghana. They build with a single concrete block. We actually use two, and we've got a gap in the wall.
Yeah, I see the gap in there, yeah.
A cavity in the wall, which does a similar thing to the rammed earth. Not as effective, but it's good enough to like compensate what the little bit of loss that we would normally get through the concrete.
Right.
So yeah, the main thing is the sustainability of the heat. Okay? So I don't know if you managed to get in that other building at the bottom, Coldwell.
Yes.
If you go inside there, you'll feel how cool it is. Okay?
Yeah.
And that doesn't even have doors and windows yet. Once you've contained that air inside there, that temperature will remain constant the whole time.
That's really good because the heat in Ghana can get really intense.
Tell me about
And
it.
with the traditional concrete properties, you just feel like the heat it's like it's sitting like a cloud.
No, exactly. I mean, even these walls, you stand in the shade of these walls, you can feel it's like 5-6 degrees cooler than there. I mean, just in the shade, you feel straight away it drops down, and you can feel the walls cool.
Yeah, it doesn't feel so hot.
No, it's not as hot as the other side of it.
Yes.
So that's what rammed earth's all about.
Yeah.
So often you'll see the guys, they come and they'll stand here because
they want to cool
way
down.
cooler than outside. Even though you're outside,
Yes.
it does the whole thing.
Yeah. So does doing this cost a large amount for somebody because people are used to a certain amount that they spend on their cement bags. What would something like this be like percentage-wise?
So we did a calculation that, so obviously to build a concrete wall, we need to use cement to build the blocks. So it's a huge amount of cement, okay, and building sand and what you guys use, quarry dust here, to build the blocks. To build a rammed earth wall of the same thickness and the same size, we'd probably use one extra bag of cement, which would cost 100 CDs for the same size wall in rammed earth. Obviously, our walls are quite a bit thicker, so that doubles the volume, but you're paying for the thermal quality of the wall ultimately. And it is a little more expensive, but size for size, one bag of cement extra per 5-6 meters.
Okay, and even with that, people shouldn't think about the initial cost, right? Because long term, you'll spend less on your air conditioning, less on your fans because it's cooler inside.
100%.
Yeah.
So you know once the aircon is cooled down inside, which you might not even need to do. By the time they move in there, that house will already have cooled to the thermal inside will be correct. You know what I mean? Like down at that cold door place. Once you put windows on there, it's probably going to drop another 2-3 degrees.
Okay. A question I have, because something I've seen in properties in Ghana is because of the moisture in the ground, sometimes you'll see the black spots coming on the buildings. I don't know if you've seen that since you've been here, or you see a line because of water that was in the ground coming up. What happens with this technique?
So what we do, two things. Even when we build the cement blocks, we put what we call a damp course. So it's got plastic in between the bricks. So any moisture from underneath can't get up into the bricks. And even under our walls, we put plastic underneath, and then it's got a solid concrete base. So if you look at the bottom of the wall, you'll see the grey section. That's actually, it's concrete, okay? And it stops any moisture coming up.
Okay.
So it's almost like a moisture seal on top of the plastic that's there already.
Okay, so it's the plastic that helps to keep the water from coming up, yeah.
And then we do the same on top. You'll see, so on top it's got a concrete cap.
Okay.
To stop any water ingress into the wall from the top. Okay. But once the wall has sealed itself, okay, cured, it actually shouldn't take on any moisture from either side. This is a good one. If you feel here and you feel this side, and obviously once this is in the house, it's going to have nothing because because of the way the sun goes across. Yeah. Okay, let's not fall in the swimming pool or the future swimming pool.
Future pool. Okay.
Future pool. It's going to run in about another 2 meters. Once we've got the retaining wall in. You should be able to walk over there. Go around the trees that's on here.
What a spectacular view.
It's beautiful, eh?
Yes. Beautiful view.
I don't know what it looked like when it's full of houses.
It'll be different, that's for sure. But right now it's spectacular.
So if you have a look down there, you'll see what this wall does.
Ah, yeah.
So this wall is about 3.5 meters down.
Oh, okay.
So these blocks are designed to lock against each other, and it's got quite a bit of weight to it. So even without sand, it doesn't go anywhere. Okay. There's 3 blocks together there, and you can see if you were to apply pressure to these, even like pushing, they won't go anywhere, and that hasn't got any sand in it. That's just the pure weight.
Yeah.
So imagine that's now planted in the sand. Sand comes up against it. It can only push so hard. The block's resistance is ample, and then obviously we fill them with sand and pack them on top of each other, which makes it extremely strong.
So this is your first project in Ghana?
Yes. Yeah.
And how has it been working in Ghana versus doing the work in South Africa?
So in South Africa, we have roughed it before. let's take this off here. We've roughed it before in South Africa, where we actually like lived in tents and worked out of tents. So it's not new. It's not new to us to work like this. We're staying in the town in Asebu. We've rented a 5-bedroom. Sounds glamorous. 5-bedroom house. It's not quite. We've got small little rooms with a toilet and things in them. It's pretty rough though. You know? Finding food that we would probably like relate to has been difficult. But we've been adventurous. We've been eating Ghanaian dishes and everything else, you know, so it's been good. Mark's been here over a year already. He's happy. I've been here 6 months. I'm happy. Yeah. No problems, yeah.
Yeah. Have there been any challenges with the community or anything like that? Because I know that one thing that I've heard conversations about is there's a lot of people who have African descent. They come to Ghana and they're looking for peace and solace. They're looking to come back to the motherland. And some of them say because of challenges that they had abroad, they feel like they don't want to see white people in Ghana. They want to just see Black people around. And when they see white people doing work, they're like, what's going on? We don't want these people here. Have you ever come across that? Because I've heard some people talking.
I've had a couple of run-ins. I mean, I've had 1 or 2 guys ask me a whole lot of questions, but they're all race-based at having a dig. You know what I mean? But living in South Africa, we're not racist as people might believe that white South Africans are the biggest racists in the world. There's nothing like that. Okay, so we get on with each other in South Africa. We do the same thing here. I can tell you, Ghanaians are the most awesome people to live with. I've even thought of coming to live here myself. It's beautiful. Okay, we have had running ins with some people that have come from overseas. Okay, that are maybe coming to find their roots or whatever, where they've obviously got issues from the land they come from. You know, where they've maybe felt that they were oppressed or whatever before.
Which is understandable because, there's a history. There's a history in South Africa too with apartheid and everything, exactly. Right?
And I mean, I've seen like in America how the cops treat Black folk and that, and I don't think it's acceptable. South Africa's 30 years down the road, you know, we don't see anything anymore. My children, they say I love you to their Black friends and everything, you know what I mean? It's good. We say I love you to our Nigerian friends, you know, it's like, it's what we come to accept. We're living here happily. We don't have problem with anyone. There's no race issues, nothing else. Yes, we've met a couple of Americans that aren't too happy with us. But I think we've diffused those problems now. They realize we're not here to come take their money away or anything else. We're building for other Americans. I mean, all our clientele are American. It's not like we coming here and building South African houses for South Africans. So a whole lot of white folk are going to move into Ghana. I don't think that's going to happen.
You mentioned Nigeria. Are you doing work in Nigeria? Is that why you mentioned?
No, we got some We actually got a Nigerian student that's here with us from South Africa. Okay. But they're friends of the family. So
okay. Okay. All right. What has been your favorite part about working on this project?
So peaceful, yeah.
It's peaceful. Let's move. I'm getting hot. I'm like, let's move into the shade or something.
It's so peaceful. That has been the best part. Is it's actually peaceful.
It's peaceful, yeah.
Gotten away from, we labor issues are the same all over the world. Okay? But because we here training people, that is, the major thing of why Rammteck in Ghana is to train the community.
Oh, here's a shade spot.
To do this kind of building. And to actually train them how to be efficient enough to run their own business, you know what I mean? So we've got quite a few people that we've trained up already that are on supervisory positions, and they're awesome. I mean, they've learned a lot. They're hardworking. They get to work a lot. We've obviously had 1 or 2 guys that you could call him paycheck to paycheck. He gets his paycheck. He doesn't come to work the next week.
He doesn't come.
They just don't come. And then a week later, they'll pitch again, and say, "Oh, can I have my job?" Yeah, job's here, but I went here last week. And then it's a case of no work, no pay for that situation. So it's this is nice. So we have had that kind of thing where you've employed guys, you've taught them vast amounts of valuable information to help them progress in life. Okay, they work for a month. Then they take 3 days off, 4 days off, then they're back for 2 weeks, then they're gone for 2 weeks, and then they're gone. You know what I mean? So it's
like they've come to make the money they want and then they left. Then they spend it and they want to come back.
And then it takes a while. Okay, so obviously they get hungry and then they come back. You know, and then it's a fortnight before they get money again. Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's been good. I mean, the labor is different to in South Africa. We've got a huge amount of labor laws.
Yeah.
If you employ someone there, you're stuck with them. Okay, they don't have to come to work. They can go 3 days without informing you. They can come back to work and carry on. You know, so there's a lot of loopholes there where it makes it very difficult to employ people. You have to pay them and the whole thing. Here, because of what we're doing with the training, okay, and people understand it's on a you come to work, you get paid basis. It works at this point.
Okay.
It's working well for us. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for showing us what you're doing here. This is really good. Since we spoke about the training sessions, let's head to the location where the training took place in Asebu. The goal is to teach the community how they can also build using rammed earth. I spoke to some of the students about what they were learning and why they decided to come here to learn about rammed earth. So tell me, what brought you here to do this training? Because you came from Accra to come to Asebu to do this training. What brought you here?
Well, I'm an architect by profession, and I'm very passionate about sustainable design, sustainable development, everything sustainable. And rammed earth is something that I feel like we need to tap into. It's with us, it's amongst us, we don't have to go far. It's very easy to get into. So, I mean, when the opportunity came to learn something, to improve myself, add value to myself, I'm like, why not travel and come all the way to Asebu to come do it? Yeah.
Had you heard about this before, rammed earth?
Yes, so as an architect, for my master's thesis, I worked on vernacular architecture, and rammed earth was one of the topics I worked on. So, hearing about it and getting to know that I'll be able to learn and be able to do it myself, I think was a great opportunity for me to come.
How long have you been a practicing architect?
I graduated last year, and I graduated last year in Morocco, and then I moved to Ghana, and I've been working since July.
Oh, so you went to Morocco to study?
Yeah, I studied in Morocco. Yeah.
How was the architecture in Morocco, like as far as how they build their homes compared to the way they do it here in Ghana?
I mean, it's completely different. It's more like Arabic. It has Spanish influence, French influence. It's completely different from what we have here, and yeah. So I'm still learning, getting used to the architecture we have here. But it's been a great experience because I studied in a completely different country, and then I have to now come and learn how it is in my country and put it together and make like a whole collaboration between Ghana architecture and Moroccan architecture.
What have you learned during this training session for the rammed earth?
Well, I've learned how rammed earth actually works. The foundation for rammed earth, how different it has to be from the conventional way of building. The kind of opportunities building with rammed earth offers you. I mean, I cut down electricity, which is very expensive in Ghana. The whole thermal resistance and everything. I think, so it's been amazing, like a lot of knowledge. Like I feel like I've learned so much from Monday to Tuesday. In just 2 days, I learned so much. And even when we went to site, what I saw, how everything works, like completely different. Yeah.
How does it feel being, one of the women in this project? Because architecture, there's not a lot of women in Ghana doing architecture, and generally around the world, there's more men than women in this field. How do you feel being one of the few females here?
I mean, it's a blessing. It's a plus, and I feel like I have the opportunity to train more women, to join the field. I mean, I think it's very stereotypical for women to think architecture is for men. No, we are the future, literally. So I need women to come on board. Women should not be scared. I'm blessed to be here in this field, to be an architect, and even to be getting this training to help more women to become like me.
Okay, Richard, what's your role here? What are you doing?
Okay, I'm here to learn about rammed earth construction, what makes it an ideal sustainable material, sustainable construction method in this very hot climate of Ghana. I'm an architect.
You're an architect?
Yes.
Where did you study architecture?
I studied my architecture in Ghana. I've been practicing in Ghana for the past 7 years.
Independently or for a company?
I started with a company, but now I'm a freelance architect.
So what are the top things you've learned so far in this training?
I think For me, the top 10 has to do with one, the construction methodology, how to build, properly set up the shutters is one. The mixing ratios, about getting the textures and the coloration right. And about having a round earth plan. Yeah. After the design, you need to have a round earth plan with your contractor. Then you can go on site and execute it as you have designed, planned it. Yeah. So I think these are the top things that I've learned.
So what do you think about it in comparison to the traditional way of doing architecture in Ghana?
There's a vast difference. Of course, the temperature difference in the rooms are very, very vast. But it's also challenges you to think newly as to how we can reinvent what traditionally we used to do. So I think it's a good construction training for us. Yeah.
Where are you from and what brought you here?
Originally, I'm from Germany, but right now I'm staying in Guinea-Bissau, my father's home country. So the reason why I came here is actually because the heat in Guinea-Bissau is very, very high, very hot. So I was like looking for like solutions how to cool down the indoor environment in Guinea-Bissau. So that's how I stumbled across the Rammteck concept, which is like a natural coolant. So yeah.
So what's your background when it comes to home building?
To be honest, there's no background whatsoever. My background is from a completely different field. I'm a medical doctor by profession. So this is just like a personal interest, which I developed out of necessity.
So with what you're learning during this training session, what do you plan to do with it when you go back to Guinea-Bissau?
Well, the first thing I will do is actually to show it to some of my friends, family. There are some people there that are engineers, so I want to show them just like what we did here, show them pictures, the videos, the block which I made here. I'm going to bring it to Guinea-Bissau, and then I hopefully will be able to like convince them to try this out and maybe make like a small house just to test it and see how it works in our environment, see if it cools down the indoor temperature, and then if it works great, then I think I will pitch it even more to my friend who's an engineer and try to tell it to make a business out of it and to spread it across Guinea-Bissau. Yeah.
What are the homes like in Guinea-Bissau when you compare them to what you've seen in Ghana?
I mean, in a way they're pretty similar. They use a lot of brick and mortar homes, but I would say the quality of the bricks is worse in Guinea-Bissau. They deteriorate very quickly, which also might be an effect of the heavy rainy season that we have. And yeah, so just in general, I would say like the quality of building is better here, which is a result, I think, of educated builders, educated masons, educated engineers, architects, which we are lacking big time.
What's the most memorable thing you've learned about this technology so far in the time you've been training here?
Well, the most impressive thing is actually how easy it seems to learn it, because at least for me, it feels like I came here with no prior knowledge in this field of architecture, engineering, rammed earth construction whatsoever. And just in these few days which I've been here, I feel like I've picked up an immense amount of knowledge. And yeah, so that's the most impressive thing about like how easy it seems to be for basically anybody to learn it, to benefit, and to even be able to, I think, with only small experience to spread it and teach it to others. Yeah.
Okay. Me ejuma ewo Rammteck. Na enije bebre say me ejuma ewo ho. Because when I got there, I wasn't knowing anything. But on what me for processing bebre ama me sua enuoma ebi ti say ejuma no ebi munim say ye embema nko but there be emba ewo emba ye ho eye den ewo ejuma no ti say eba no say ye mpo ahwea so wakache obema say ompo ahwea so onye ntimi oba na me fa to me ho so say me ankasa mepo ahwea no e de ama embema no ama omo de aye ejuma no enti afedie esanso ba no ti say ye mixe concrete ni ade a obemu say me oba me hyew ameyɛ ɛne ɛte sɛ yɛn fixe shutter because shutter ɛyɛ adwuma bi a sɛ bi a wo hyehyɛ a ɛyɛ den paa but wo baba na same oba me gyire mu a bɛyɛ nwanwa ne nyinaa ɛyɛ adesua a ɔmo ɛde me ɛfa mu nti ama asɛ adwuma no bibia ni hɔ a wo de ma me sɛ me oba me nya mintimi enye me ho so yɛ den paa oba na me ni mbɛma no ɛko adwuma ho a you be shocked nti me pɛsɛ me nkanche obi a sɛ wo pɛsɛ wo mfa training mu ni we a me recommend Rammteck ema sebra first na wo ka sɛ wo si endotie a wo de endotie si dan a nkofo bebre empe ba sɛ si a no ye de nneoma bebre akeka ho sɛ wo ba ye site wo na hu se na ye de endotie design ni nneoma say ɛyɛ fɛ keke nti me ton safo obi ase obi a embebe join Rammteck na ɛyɛ adwuma a ɛyɛ den but esonso ɛyɛ fɛ because wankasa wo yɛ a wo de anigye ɛna ɛbɛyɛ.
So I'm Mark Bierkes from Rammteck, South Africa. Well, it's now Rammteck Global LLC. And we are in Ghana in Asebu Pan-African Village, and we're going to set up our shutter. So basically behind us what we've got is our new shutter setup, and you'll see that the poles extend all the way to the top, and that's to help us because obviously as we build this wall now we're going to go up shutter by shutter by shutter. We're going to step up like that. So the guys are just busy doing that initial setup, and then we're starting to get some soil ready in the back, and then we're going to start bringing in our soil and start the ramming. So this is the most important part. We've designed this especially for these sort of it was basically to find the most speed for setup, because setup normally takes about half a day, and obviously to find the right price, for the materials to set up, because you can do this in so many different ways. We use wood and the steel framework. We'll soon be using plastic boards and the framework. We're just waiting for our delivery, and then it just gives you that speed so you can get going very fast. Yeah. So that's the whole idea. Yeah.
I'm so impressed with how you guys work. I'm sweating right now because of the sun. The sun is so hot. I should have worn my hat.
It's crazy.
I'm feeling the heat, and for them to be working this hard under the heat, I applaud them.
Thank you.
So some of them have limited experience or knowledge with the rammed earth techniques.
Yeah.
How has it been with training them?
So that's one of our specialities. Our whole business model was built around training people and upskilling them and just getting them to do the job. So what we do is we go into communities, we hire unskilled people. We don't even want skilled people because skilled people have got their own idea of how to do things. So we want guys with no clue. And we bring them in, and it's within weeks. We get the guys to, people take over the leveling, setting up the bolts. Squeeze that gap at the top, please, Amajava. It's opening here on the top. Yeah, the two shutters.
Hard work.
Amajava, the two shutters are opening here. Thank you. Sort it out, please. So basically, each guy sort of takes on his own role, so they find their own spot. Some guys like to mix, some guys like to work on the shutters, some guys like to do the ramming, so it's like quite a process, and each person just assumes responsibility. So it's great to see unskilled people become skilled, and then when they realize what they've done, when the first shutters come off a wall with unskilled people, they stand there, they're like, we can't believe you put sand in there, and you built a wall with sand, So that's probably the best for me, yeah.
That's good.
And for years, since 2010, this is what I've been doing, I used to camp, next to sites so that I could work with the local community and just build up local community, local training, and just the joy and with the changes. We've gone back to areas where we built before, and you see the community change, and that is amazing for us, yeah.
That's good.
So
that's
really,
good.
that's bottom line, yeah.
That's good. How has the receptiveness of people been in Ghana compared to what you've done in South Africa?
The people are friendly. They welcome you in. If you're teaching them something new, they 80% of them grab onto it. We have got some people that come to work for money, but we've got some people that come and become Rammteck, where they see our goal and they join in with us to get to the goal. So our attrition rate is quite high, but again, we're saving that 15-20% of people that are good. And if you walk around, even on our site today, a lot of the attrition has happened during the year. So the people that are left behind are the true people that want to be here. And they want to see us grow, and they want to build with us,
Okay.
And obviously, as they pick up skills, they don't want to leave. If you're learning something new all the time, you don't want to leave the place, So we make it exciting. There's a good morale. There's a lot of happiness and joking around, and everyone smiles. They see their boss, they smile. They don't hide behind the wall, So it's like that sort of thing is great for us. Yeah.
Good. Do you plan to expand beyond this community in Asebu here in Ghana? Do you want to go to other regions?
Absolutely. So, I mean, that is our main game, is to take people from Asebu that have never even left Asebu or this area and put them in Accra and put them in northern Ghana. So the whole idea is to take these teams. I mean, one of our team leaders, Mary, she would be perfect to put into the next site. She can go in and she can organize. She's got all the knowledge to make it happen, you know. I know when I'm on site, she's a bit skittery and jumpy because she wants to just please me, you know what I mean? That's her whole job. So, and I mean, we've got people like even Isaac, who he was a school leaver, no skills, but he and one guy can set up this whole thing, you know. So there's 4 or 5 of them that can already just do the setup, you know, out of habit. So they don't even have to think about it anymore. And those people will go out, definitely, yeah. That's the main aim, yeah.
Do you see this as something that Ghanaians will adopt more than what they're already doing?
I think it's taking a while, but every Ghanaian that steps into a rammed earth building and feels the temperature, the wholesomeness, the strength, the grandeur, wants one, you know? So I think you're creating a demand here, you know? And I think as we go, obviously in South Africa, it took 10 years to pick up momentum. But I think here we're a little bit behind, but we're definitely picking up quickly. You know, a lot of people are taking notice, especially temperature control. Look at
look how I'm sweating. I'm like,
I mean, that's what you want.
The sun is hot today. If you ever come to Ghana, the sun is intense.
So once people have been inside a building, I mean, you go down there, you don't even need an aircon. You can sit in that building comfortably. You don't need to switch on an aircon. I mean, that's crazy. In Ghana, it's unheard of. You know?
It is unheard of.
So to be sitting in front of a fan or something, that's where you want to be. But I mean, the buildings are crazy.
Yeah.
So the thermal dynamics of the building, that's where we want. Well, that's what we wanted to achieve, and that's what we are achieving.
Okay.
And especially in the hot climate, like on the equator, you want a building like this. You know, it just it fits in. It fits in perfectly. If you look at the walls where they've grown out of the ground, I love that. You know, where it looks like a tree that grew out, but it's a wall. You know, especially that, I don't know if you went down to the site.
We did.
Where you see the sand and then the wall is like growing, and it's the same color. You're like, what?
Yeah.
You know, so that's amazing.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Thank you for showing me and for talking to me about what you do.
Pleasure.
Yeah,
Absolute
thank you.
pleasure.
I hope you enjoyed this episode today. Don't forget, if you like this, to share it with other people, hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any future uploads. I appreciate you watching today. My name is Ivy Prosper, and I'll see you next time. For more information on how you can build using rammed earth in Ghana, contact GhanaLuxuryRealEstate.com. If you're looking for land in Asebu, visit the asebuman.com website. Thanks for watching. See you next time.